Hi, I'm Peter Rydell and you're watching Growing Habits. Today I want to talk about the omission bias, because doing nothing, omitting to doing something, is nearly always wrong. So Marcus Aurelius, the famous Roman emperor, said, you can commit injustice by doing nothing. And philosophers are talking about that doing something wrong actively is just as despicable as doing nothing when it would be life-saving or life-changing to actually do something. A commonly used example is if you are up there on a glacier and you actively push somebody into a ravine so they fall down and die. That is despicable. That is wrong. But you are up there on the glacier, and one of you guys fall into a ravine, and you choose not to do anything. The outcome is the same. The man in the ravine dies. One, because you did something active, pushing. In the other instance, because you did nothing, he died. That is the omission bias. And the omission bias is all around us. There is a lot of things in business life and personal life that we choose not to do, because what we don't do is invisible. Nobody can criticize us for it. So more and more people, especially in these times when everything is charted and followed and mapped on social media, become anxious about doing something because everything is recorded, everything is monitored. And so omitting to doing something, and i.e. becoming invisible, is the way to go. I would argue no, it is the wrong thing to do, because taking the right action, we must do that. We are indebted to ourselves to do that, living up to our own potential. And that is why the omission bias, that we think by doing nothing that we then are doing the right thing, is so wrong. So I want to challenge yourself every time you stand in that, call it dilemma. I could do something for which I could be either criticized or praised, or I could do nothing and just slip underneath the radar. Challenge yourself. Do this. Take that risk. And you can always do, as the example I shared in the past with my buddy, who is always very actively communicating his plans. So front load, if you are going to take action and you are a little bit nervous about this action, front load that action and say, listen, I am going to take these actions. I realize that there are some risks, but there are also some benefits. Here is what I am thinking to mitigate the risks. Here are the positive outcomes that I'm striving for. So if you are proactive like this, taking action is not so risky, because you can get a lot of commitments and approvals from your peers around you. So that should it go down that path where it goes wrong, everybody was informed, and ahead of time people said, that is okay, we understand it, we follow that there is this risk. Then nobody can come and blame you afterwards. So don't fall into the trap of the omission bias. It will be wrong, it is wrong, because we can commit injustice by doing nothing. So please take action for yourself, live up to your potential, and stick with it.